There was once a young man named Jacob. On the outside, he seemed like everyone else. He went to work, talked with friends, smiled when people greeted him. But inside, he carried a heavy weight. He constantly compared himself to others. When he saw someone more successful, he thought, I am a failure. When he saw someone more attractive, he thought, I am not good enough. When he saw someone more confident, he thought, I will never be like them. Every morning, when Jacob looked into the mirror, he didn't see himself. He saw a collection of doubts, weaknesses, and judgments. His reflection whispered back the lies his mind had been repeating. You are not enough. You don't matter. One day, after another exhausting week, Jacob visited his old mentor, a man who had guided him since childhood. Sitting down, Jacob confessed, I feel lost. No matter what I do, I never feel good enough. I look into the mirror, and all I see is failure. The mentor nodded, then handed Jacob a small mirror. Look into this mirror, he said. Jacob frowned. I've done this 1,000 times. I know what I will see. Look again, the mentor insisted. Jacob lifted the mirror and saw the same face, tired eyes, lines of worry, lips pressed with sadness. See? It's just me, a disappointment. The mentor shook his head. No, Jacob, you are not looking at yourself. You are looking at your judgment of yourself. You confuse the reflection with the truth. But the mirror cannot show your worth, it can only show your surface. Jacob was silent. His mentor continued, the lesson of the mirror is this. Your true value is not in what you see, but in who you are. You must learn to see beyond the reflection. Those words stayed with Jacob all night. The next morning, he looked into his bathroom mirror. At first, the same negative thoughts rushed in. But then, he paused. He remembered his mentor's words. He whispered to his reflection, maybe I am more than what I see. Maybe I am not just my failures. Maybe I have worth. Day after day, Jacob practiced this new habit. Every time he looked into the mirror, instead of repeating insults, he spoke words of truth. I am worthy. I am enough. I have value. At first, it felt awkward, even false. But slowly, it became real. One afternoon, Jacob faced a difficult challenge at work. Normally, fear and doubt would have paralyzed him. But this time, when he looked into the mirror before leaving home, he reminded himself, I am capable. I will try. And that day, he succeeded. Little by little, Jacob's life began to change. Not because his face in the mirror had changed, but because his mindset had. The reflection no longer controlled his worth. He discovered that confidence grows not from the mirror, but from the mind. English vocabulary from this story. Reflection equals the image you see in the mirror. Judgment equals an opinion, often critical. Worth equals the value of something or someone's. Surface equals the outside layer, not the deeper truth. Confidence equals belief in yourself. Light bulb example sentence. Your reflection is only the surface, but your true worth lies deeper, in your confidence and character. One evening, Jacob's friend asked him, you seem different lately. More confident. What changed? Jacob smiled and said, I stopped letting the mirror decide who I am. I learned that what I see is not the whole story. My worth is not measured by comparison or appearance. My worth is measured by how I live, how I grow, and how I believe in myself. Now let's test your English. Right finger. What does the word worth mean? A. Money in your pocket. B. The true value of someone or something. C. The reflection you see in the mirror. Comment your answer below. The lesson of Jacob's story is clear. Stop letting the mirror define your life. When you look at your reflection, you only see the outside. You don't see your kindness, your effort, your resilience, or your dreams. Those cannot be reflected in glass, they live inside you. Too often, we allow mirrors, or worse, the opinions of others, to tell us who we are. But the truth is this. No mirror and no person can measure your worth. That power belongs only to you. So the next time you stand in front of a mirror, remember, the reflection is not the full story. It is just the surface. Speak truth to yourself. Choose words of confidence instead of judgment. Because your life will follow the story you tell yourself. Vocabulary recap. Reflection equals the image in the mirror. Judgment equals an opinion. Often critical. Worth equals true value. Surface equals the outside layer. Confidence equals belief in yourself. So let me ask you, what do you see when you look in the mirror? Do you see your doubts, or do you see your strength? Do you see failure, or do you see growth? The choice is yours. If this story inspired you, leave a heart in the comments. Share with us one truth you will speak to yourself the next time you look in the mirror. And don't forget to subscribe for more English learning stories with life lessons. Because at the end of the day, the mirror does not show who you are. It only shows who you believe you are. Change your belief, and you will change your life.